So this is the week 17 of my weekly rotations. Let's begin. For Monday, I wore Atelier Cuir Sacré. This is supposed to be it's sacred leather, so it's supposed to be leathery. I don't know, I've never actually quite understood the leather note. I guess this could be leather. To me, it's very smoky vetiver and cardamom with woods and stuff around it. Very elegant, gorgeous. This is, as previously stated, this is the scent of James Bond. This is confidence, owning the room, being the most elegant person there. It is as beautiful a scent as it is a beautiful bottle. And the bottle is, I mean, they have gone all in. The design of the bottle is simply beautiful. And cap is nice and heavy. Sprayer is gold, fitting the brand. I mean, can't go wrong with this. So for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I was basically going through the Arina Franzén series. So daytime, nighttime. I've already done a video on these, so I won't bother with explaining them now. I will do a wear impressions or a weekly wear score, but I'm not going to be bothering by explaining what these smell like. On Friday, I went to Zoologist Elephant. This is just dense foliage. This is like the Amazon, like the middle of the most dense jungle. And animals have trampled all the foliage. It's crushed green scent. A little bit like animal skin, maybe. I picture like elephant skin because it's called elephant, but it has sort of an animalic note to it. It doesn't smell like funky or animalic specifically, but it has like, you can sort of get the animal part. That and just that crushed, dense green foliage. Just trampled. So good. Beautiful fragrance. And the bottle too. Beautiful bottle. Nice magnetic. I'm one of those people who actually prefer the new design over the old design. I like the round shape. I like how they stand. And the sprayer on this is insane. This is like that paint gun thing where you just spray paint the fragrance. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. So for Saturday, I went for Xerjoff's Torino 21. I think it's join the club. Yeah, it says join the club. So it's join the club Torino 21. And this is minty, citrusy. I will call it clean. It sort of has that clean scent. It's extremely bright, invigorating. I don't know what gives you that. It's like some sort of green, other green than the mint. But this is not like toothpaste mint. It's more of the mint leaf. Yeah, this is, most people will have tried this because this is pretty much readily available at most stores. And this is definitely worth your time just to go sample it. Just spray one spray on your arm. Even if you're not a huge fan of mint, this is one of those few mints that I like. I don't like mint fragrances in general, but this one kind of gets to me. It's a little bit creamy, not a whole lot, but a touch. So it doesn't have that punchy mint. It's more of a soft, little bit green, a little bit citrusy, a little bit minty, clean and fresh. Has that sort of like that Xerjoff cleanness in the background. Beautiful wear, spectacular in summer. And today, Sunday, I went with Terre de Hermès Eau de Parfum Intense. And this is just the ultimate evolution of the Terre de Hermès line. This is taking that old EDT DNA and just wrapping everything a little bit up, adding some, they call it lava. I remember a soap, like a body shower gel that smelled like this. So I'm thinking like that warming soap or warming shower gel. But it sort of has like a rocky, warm feeling. And the coffee that is in here, it's the coffee beans. It's not like brewed coffee. It's really, really good. This is one of those that I'm not huge into designers, but this one, as soon as I smelled it, I bought it retail. I didn't care. Full price, worth it. And the bottle too, I just love how this bottle looks with a sort of brown, dark orange sidewalls. And the bottom too with sort of darkened H for Hermès. I just love it. And the sprayer, it's okay. I'm happy with it. So for the weekly rotation score, where I score each fragrance wear individually for this week, starting with Atelier des Ors Cuir Sacré. This was a like 7 out of 10 this time. I wore it for a motorcycle ride, and even though I sprayed under the hair on my neck, it just rubbed away. When I'm wearing a motorcycle helmet and buffs and stuff around it, every time I turn my head, it's rubbing, and it just rubbed it away. So the first hour I had it on, it was beautiful, and then it just disappeared. Can't blame the fragrance, but the experience still 1 hour. I sprayed pretty decently, so I was expecting more. Like I said, not the fragrance fault, but the experience still was a 7 out of 10. I will save the Arina Franzén for last, because there's so many of them. Elephant, this is a nice 10 out of 10. This is just so transportative. It just puts me in that jungle, and it just gives me that little bit of wildlife feeling. It is beautiful. 10 out of 10 wear. It's Chris Bartlett who made this, and he truly did a spectacular job of just catching that moment, that just after a herd of elephants just trampled down the foliage. That's this, like in the depth of the jungle. Beautiful, beautiful wear. Torino 21. I wore this also for another motorcycle ride, and this lasted like no problem the entire day. So this is stronger, but this is like a 9 out of 10. It was beautiful, it was crisp, it was sort of clean and fresh while still being very invigorating and energetic. It just brought like the mood up. It was a cloudy day. It was getting colder than expected. I thought it was going to be like 20 degrees. It ended up being like 8. So a little too cold for this, but it works. It's still a powerful scent, and I could still smell it. Terre de Hermès Eau de Parfum Intense, also a 9 out of 10. Really, really nice. Grounding, just vivid, energetic. This too has that, I think it's the coffee that does it. It takes that very grounding, earthy part, and it just fills it with energy. And that lava shower gel scent from my childhood makes me feel like I just came out of a hot shower. And I'm just full of energy, just ready for the day. It's really, really, really beautiful scent. So, for the Arina Franzén line, I can't remember exactly the order, so I'm just going to go over them every one. Tuberose Noir, I wore at night, 10 out of 10 wear. I truly, truly loved the wear on this one. My first wear was a little bit sketchy because of that feminine opening, but second wear, being ready for it, it was just beautiful from start to finish. I got to enjoy the entire journey from the opening to the very end, how it just evolves, how it just makes me feel elegant and just beautiful. Just beautiful. 10 out of 10. Oud Fig, this too is a 9.5 out of 10. This is, when you get over the disappointment of it not having oud, when you're ready for that, when you know that, okay, this is going to be fig and a lot of woods, this is sensational. It's just, that opens with that really juicy, sweet fig note, and it has that green fig leaf that sort of just wraps in behind it, and it just slowly dries down into more and more woods, and the journey is beautiful. It is a sensational fragrance. Smoke and mirrors, 10 out of 10. Easy 10 out of 10. Wearing this was, even though honey is my favorite note, and that sort of takes away this from being a 10 out of 10 fragrance, the wear is still a 10 out of 10. It just does so much. There are so many impressions, there are so many emotions, there are so many vivid images that comes to mind when I'm smelling this. And I'm constantly catching whiffs of it. This is a fragrance that you actually smell the entire time. It's not gonna, at least on me, it doesn't burn my nose out, it doesn't make me go nose blind. Just from start to finish. And that's like at least an 8-hour experience. Beautiful, beautiful wear. 10 out of 10 wear. Ancient Woods. This is too a nice 9.5 out of 10. I just love that dense forest feeling. That you feel like you're in like Lord of the Rings or something, and you just enter like Fangorn Forest or something. Some sort of like adventurous fairy tale forest, like deep, dense forest. Just a little bit damp, a little bit dark. There's some mossiness, there's some smokiness in the background. It's just very transportative, very, very transportative. And it does have that, it's not elegant, but it's sort of like eerie, sort of like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain the emotion, but it's a very positive emotion. Sort of like watching a horror movie. If you like horror movies, then it's great. If you're comfortable with woods and you're comfortable with that deep, dense darkness, this is great. 9.5 out of 10. And finally, green tea and black currant. This one I'm just not getting along with. I gave it a 6 out of 10 as a fragrance, and the wear is sort of like a 5 out of 10. It's not that enjoyable for me. I don't like the scent of tobacco, like smelling a tobacco pouch. I like a hint of tobacco in my fragrances, but to a limit. I mean, smelling just tobacco that's not for me. It's kind of more like 50-50. I say most of the time, but it's sort of like 50-50 time. But that's just too much. It becomes problematic for me. So I can't give it more than a 5 out of 10 for the wear. So that was the weekly rotation for week 17. And I hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll come back and watch my next video.